Today I'm gonna show you how to make a classic parfait, and a parfait is just a layered, yummy, custardy type dessert. We're gonna make a brown sugar vanilla custard, a strawberry compote to go on top of that, and an amazing honey almond brittle. It's beautiful. All right, guys, so there's a couple of we're gonna be bouncing through a few things right now. So first things first, we are going to toast a 1/4 cup of almonds, 325 in the oven. Now let's start working on our custard. 2 cups of heavy cream into a saucepan. We're gonna also split a vanilla bean. Use your fingers and hold down one end to this, and then you're just gonna take the knife and you're just gonna split it right down the middle. Then we're gonna scrape the inside of this. We're gonna not waste any of this, right? We're gonna get the whole thing in here, bang. Check it out, boom. Love that. We're gonna get this on and let this start to warm up. Anything past a delightful little simmer is gonna be too hot. All right, we're gonna take 4 egg yolks, crack them in a side dish on the side. You're gonna drop the whites, and then we're gonna lay the yolks into a bowl. Now, the protein from the egg yolk will cook and thicken the custard and give it that really delicious creme brulee mouthfeel to it. All right, great, so we got that. Now we're also gonna add 1/3 cup of brown sugar, a little pinch of salt. So this is sweet. If you don't balance out a little bit of salt, it's just gonna be sweet and flat on the mid palate. So you want something that's gonna make your palate gush. Salt's gonna do that. Mix all this together so the sugar and the yolks are completely dissolved. Now this is a kind of a crucial part to this, right? You want to take the hot temperature of the cream and the cool temperature of the eggs, and you want to start to temper them together. Don't dump it all in, because the heat of the cream will overtake the eggs and it'll start to scramble. That's kind of fantastic. I'm gonna put, check it out, I'm gonna put a little more salt in it. Taste the difference with just a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt.
That just got better.
A little bit of salt. And now your mouth is starting to gush. I'm actually tasting the cream, and I'm tasting the egg, and I'm tasting the vanilla. Isn't that wild? We're gonna take our custard base here, and then we're just gonna tap off and make sure everything's nice and even. Hot water. We're gonna be filling the sides of this with water so it steams. In the oven, we're gonna take a little bit of foil, and we're just gonna cap each one loosely. Now it's gonna go into the oven, 325 for 25 minutes on the nose. Oh, God, smell these almonds, man. You start toasting this beautiful nut oil, smell that. Night and day, huh?
Yeah.
Night and day. Okay, boom. We're moving, folks. Quick and quick. All right, guys, so the next thing we're gonna start to work on is our fruit compote, right? So we got some fresh strawberries here, so we're gonna take these and kind of cut them right in half. Strawberries in. This, for the most part, you can't really screw it up. So we're not gonna use a recipe for this, we're just gonna eyeball it, okay? Splash of vanilla, 3 kitchen spoons full of sugar. A little pinch of salt, and then here, my secret weapon when it comes to cooking strawberries, and I just love this combination, clove. So check it out, scant amount. Boom, okay? All right, we're gonna put that on, we're gonna let that start to cook. Let's cook some sugar. So guys, we're gonna make a brittle. First things first, cup of sugar to the bottom of the pot, 1/4 cup of water, and then 1/4 cup of corn syrup. So now, guys, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. And again, I'm not gonna get in the weeds with pulling out the tables, like measuring spoons. We're just gonna use these big fat kitchen spoons. And this is gonna be the flavor, okay? So we're making honeycomb, right? So it should definitely taste like honey. Okay, so we're gonna cook the sugar to 300 degrees, okay? So first things first, we get a whisk. Just make sure it's all nice and dissolved. We're just gonna stir this very gently on the bottom. And now we just have to cook it to a softball stage where it begins to caramelize, all right? And now we just wait, fellas. So now let's talk about some fresh mint. Just some really, really nice light garnishes, okay? We want the buds. So we're gonna take these little tips. They're starting to get a little wilted, okay? So we wanna just refresh these guys. A little bit of ice water brings them right back to life. All right, so strawberries look good. We're gonna put it over ice and just let it start to cool down. It's gonna get very syrupy and really delicious. And here's the deal, I'm leaving something out of this, and I'm gonna see if you can pick out what it is. It still needs one more thing. 280, guys, we're getting close to 3. So I'm gonna turn this down, boom. Now, almonds go in, stir these in. Okay, now we're at 300 degrees. All right, guys, so this you gotta measure. So we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Check it out, you ready, watching? It's kind of a little magic trick here. Super cool. All right, we're gonna smooth this out, set this aside, start to harden up. The next thing we're gonna do is just we're gonna whip a little creme fraiche. We're gonna add a tiny, tiny, tiny splash of vanilla just so it has some flavor to it, so it's not plain. So guys, we're just gonna whisk this until we get the texture of nice stiff peaks, like whipped cream, okay? Boom. All right, guys, so now let's go back to our quiz here. Strawberries, I left one element out.
Lemon.
Perfect, man. When it comes to making things really bright and tasty, nothing is better than a couple drops of lemon. Give that a big stir. And look what time it is, fellas. Now check it out. See that slight little jiggle, like a creme brulee? We're gonna put this in the freezer right now with no lid until they start to set. Hear that? Hard, but crispy. And we're just gonna cut these into like big pieces. If it breaks up into crumbs, no big deal. And we're gonna get our pretties all nice and lined up, ready to rock and roll. We're moving from workflow into art flow. Creme fraiche. Okay, guys, we got this beautiful whipped creme fraiche, and we got our pretties here ready to rock and roll. Next, okay, we got our brown sugar custard, strawberry compote, whipped creme fraiche. We're gonna take our honeycomb, drop it right inside here.
Woo! Is this the voila moment?
For you, for you. You got a close up on the tears streaming out of their face in a second. Look at that. And bang.
And that custard, something else, man.
Got a little dippy dip.
Ah,
Isn't that delicious?
that's outstanding.